Every evening I put the news on to try to figure out what is going on in the world, what I need to know. And I always watch the silent conversations the hosts have after each segment, between commercials. After the audio cuts out, there's still video, and you can clearly tell that the hosts are talking to each other, laughing. It's probably light conversation they're talking about. Us, right in front of us. They're probably talking about their kids or the weather. Who are the Steelers playing this weekend? My son is sick again. He hasn't been to school. This is the first time I'm wearing this shirt. It's water cooler talk. But the water cooler spilled and it drenched the whole world in purified spring water. And now they're trying to put the ocean into the water cooler, and it won't fit. There's too much ocean and not enough water cooler. And they say that every day. Every single day. Water cooler, every day. I love the news. Cooler. All that water. All that spring water on the ground. They're laughing right in front of us. It lasts for about 10 seconds before commercial break. I mean, who even watches television anymore? It seems like everything's on the internet, or on our phone, or on our iPads or laptops. It's the internet. It's salty. The water, it was salty when I tried it from the cooler. My wife came inside and watched the news with me last night. They were shouting at us. When I turned up the volume, they were shouting at us. Have you ever been yelled at? When was the last time someone yelled at you? The TV shook the whole room when I turned up the volume. I watch every single night, but I've never been yelled at. And then it fell off its stand and bounced on the floor and landed in a puddle. We stared as he crawled out of the TV and entered my living room. Living. My wife and I grabbed him by the collar and tried to throw him back. He said, "Get back in the TV," but he wouldn't. He was yelling as loud as he could. Water cooler. And he was soaking wet. He was cold. I assumed he was crying real tears. I stared at him through the eyes of my wife, staring at me, who was staring back at him, who was watching the TV on the ground, in the puddle, with a man crawling out. My wife grabbed a paper towel to try to get some of that water. I was trying to plug in the TV. Yelling. He was still yelling so loud. "Shut him up," she said, with a towel in her hand. Looked at me and said, "Shut him up." She said, "Shut up." Shut up. Honey? My son came downstairs and said he was thirsty. He was thirsty. We were still sitting on the couch watching the news. The three of us on the couch. My wife looked at him and said, "Not right now." She looked back at the TV on the stand, beneath the water. He was still thirsty. He needed water. I bet they keep those conversations light. You know, between the commercials. Always talking, always laughing. See that they're talking, but we cannot hear what they are saying. They do not allow us to hear what they are saying. He was so thirsty, but he wouldn't get back in. Three of us looked at him from the couch. The TV was on commercial break. Mommy and Daddy are watching the news right now.